In the top stories, Minister Dr. Joy L. Clark has highlighted St. Kitts and Nevis's drought and water security challenges at COP17 in Mongolia. Regionally, Guyana will require online appointments for passport applications from the 1st of October, and on the international scene, Nepalese authorities said the death toll from devastating flash floods has risen to 359, with hundreds of people still missing. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Major Newscast. Today is Thursday, 27th August, and I am Jasmine Thomas. First, on the local scene, St. Christopher and Nevis has recorded 12 drought events over the past 20 years and is currently experiencing a 44% reduction in rainfall. Minister of Sustainable Development, the Environment and Climate Action, Dr. Joy L. Clark, highlighted this situation during a ministerial dialogue on drought resilience at UNCCD COP17 in Mongolia. She said the government has been responding with investments in water storage, expanded well capacity, the National Water Policy, the SKN Trans Water Project, and the Bastia Desalination Plant. Dr. Clark said those investments have helped increase access to 24-hour supply from 25% to 70% of the population. She also called for greater regional cooperation to address drought and water security across Caribbean small island states.
Excellencies, distinguished delegates, St. Kitts and Nevis has experienced 12 drought events in the last 20 years and is currently under an active drought warning driven by a 44% reduction in rainfall. As a government, our drive toward transformative sustainability via our Sustainable Island State agenda required acknowledgement of the stark realities of our water situation. Declining groundwater yields, saline intrusion, and should the current conditions persist, the possibility of a 30 to 70% reduction in our aquifers recharge by 2050. Droughts have now moved slowly and impartially through our land, economy, and our lives as silent impediments to resilience for ZIZ. For us, the response needed to be people-centered, innovative, science-based, and sustainable. Water security and drought resilience is actioned through policy and investment.
Dr. Joy L. Clark. St. Christopher and Nevis will launch its Independence 43 celebrations this weekend with National Colors Day and National Tree Planting Day. This year's celebrations are being held under the theme One People, One Vision, Endless Possibility, Independence 43. National Colors Day begins on Friday, with the public encouraged to wear green, the first of the national colors to be featured each Friday through September 25th. The activities continue on Saturday with National Tree Planting Day from 6 in the morning to 12 noon. Persons are being encouraged to participate in the initiative dubbed One Tree at a Time, Growing Stronger Together. And the Nevis geothermal project is drawing closer to getting started as the drill rig that will be used for its development is undergoing its final independent inspection in Iceland ahead of mobilization to Nevis. Premier of Nevis and Minister of Energy in the Nevis Island Administration, Mark Brantley, provided the update during his monthly press conference on Tuesday, 25th August, noting that the inspection represents the final major requirement before the rig can be transported to the island. The inspection being conducted from the 24th to the 28th of August by Scotia Drilling Consultants, a UK-based specialist in drilling rig inspections. NEVLEC General Manager Nelson Ald Stapleton and Project Coordinator Naftali Erar are in Iceland overseeing the process and engaging with drilling, engineering, and geothermal specialists. Premier Brantley said successful completion of the inspection will clear the way for the next stage of the project. While preparations are advancing overseas, technical work is also underway at the Hamilton site in Nevis to prepare for the arrival of the rig and commencement of the drilling. Premier Brantley said soil testing and other technical assessments began this week as part of preparations for the well pad and associated civil works. He explained that the well pad will provide the foundation on which the drilling rig will be positioned. The project is being led by the Nevis Island Administration, with the Nevis Electricity Company Limited (NEVLEC) serving as the executing agency, and with support from the government of St. Christopher and Nevis. And on the regional scene, starting in October, on October 1st, Guyana will move to a mandatory appointment system for all passport applications. From that day, passport offices will no longer accept walk-in applications, with applicants required to complete the application process online before visiting an immigration office. Deputy Chief Immigration Officer, Senior Superintendent Stephen Telford, says the new system will allow applicants to select the passport office, date and time that best suits them. The online system will be available at all 7 passport offices across Guyana, including locations at Camp Street, Leonora, Anna Regina, and Berbice. Passport processing typically takes 3 working days, while expedited services can provide passports within 24 hours and, in some circumstances, as little as 30 minutes. Caribbean Airlines is discontinuing its direct return service between Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados effective September 2nd. The airline says flight BW212 and BW213 are being removed as part of an ongoing review and optimization of its regional schedule. Caribbean Airlines says passengers will still have travel options between Trinidad, Tobago, and Barbados through other flights in its existing schedule. Customers already booked on the affected services will be rebooked on alternative Caribbean Airlines flights on the same day and will be contacted with details on their new travel arrangements. The airline says the change is intended to align its schedule with customer demand while maintaining reliable regional connectivity. On the international scene, the death toll from devastating flash floods along Nepal-China border has risen to at least 356, with more than 300 people still missing. Nepalese authorities say 353 people have died and 826 remain unaccounted for in Nepal, while Chinese state media reports 3 deaths and 558 people missing in Tibet. More than 700 foreign nationals are among those missing, including 33 British citizens and several pilgrimage and tour groups. Rescue teams have so far evacuated dozens of foreign tourists, but damaged bridges, blocked roads, power outages, and poor communications are complicating efforts to reach remote areas. The U.S. Geological Survey says the floods were triggered by a glacial collapse and debris flow rather than an earthquake. Authorities are also warning of another possible flood surge as a newly formed lake continues to rise with more rain expected in the region. And civil protection authorities say dozens of fires have burned through several provinces along the country's northern coastline. Interior Minister Saeed Sayud says at least 54 people have suffered burn injuries, with 6 being treated in intensive care. 5 people died in Jijil province, 4 in Bejai, and 3 in Tizi Ouzou. Homes have been evacuated in Bejai and Jijil as firefighters battled the blazes. Authorities reported 69 active fires across Algeria on Wednesday as the country experiences a severe heat wave. The World Met Organization says extreme heat has become increasingly common in North Africa, with climate change contributing to the intensity of recent wildfires. We now take a look at the local weather forecast, valid until tomorrow morning. Today's high will be 31 degrees Celsius or 88 degrees Fahrenheit, while the low will be 25 degrees Celsius or 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Conditions today will be partly sunny in general, with a 40% chance of a brief passing shower. Tonight will be fair to partly cloudy with brief cloudy spells and a 60% chance of brief passing overnight showers. Winds will come from the east at 11 to 29 kilometers per hour or 7 to 18 miles per hour with lighter spells at times. Seas will range from 1 to 1.5 meters or 3 to 5 feet. Sunset today is expected to be at about 6:28, sunrise tomorrow morning at around 5:56. And that brings us to the end of the Midday Major Newscast. Join us this evening for more on these stories. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jasmine Thomas. God bless you.